Bunty was born into a humble family in a small town where life was simple, but full of struggles. His father worked as a daily wage laborer, and his mother managed the household while occasionally taking on sewing work to support the family. He had a younger brother, Raju, and a little sister, Pinky, both of whom looked up to him with admiration. From an early age, Bunty understood that his family's financial condition was not strong. His parents worked hard, but it was still difficult to make ends meet. However, there was one thing they never compromised on: education. Bunty's father always told him, "Beta, only education can change your life. Work hard, and you will succeed." This lesson stayed with Bunty, and he promised himself that no matter what challenges came his way, he would never give up on his studies. Chapter 2: The Burden of Responsibilities. When Bunty reached college, things became even more difficult. His father's health started deteriorating, and the burden of running the household fell on his mother. Seeing her struggle, Bunty made a tough decision. He would work to support his studies and his family. Every morning, he attended college, and in the afternoons, he worked as a delivery boy, a newspaper vendor, and sometimes as a tuition teacher for younger students. Despite all the hardships, he never let go of his dream to complete his education and serve the people. There were days when he had to study under the dim light of a kerosene lamp because electricity was a luxury. There were nights when he slept on an empty stomach because he had sent his earnings back home. But through it all, he kept his spirits high. His friends often asked, "Bunty, how do you manage everything?" He would smile and say, "When you have a goal in life, no difficulty is big enough to stop you." Chapter 3: A Test of Character. One day, a tragic incident shook Bunty's world. His father suffered a severe heart attack and had to be hospitalized. The medical expenses were beyond what his family could afford. Bunty ran from one place to another trying to arrange the money. He borrowed from friends, pleaded with his employer for an advance, and even considered dropping out of college to work full-time. But deep down, he knew that if he left his education, he would never be able to break free from the cycle of poverty. One of his professors who knew about Bunty's struggles stepped in to help. "Bunty, you are a bright student. Don't give up. I will help you with your fees, and we will find a way to manage your father's treatment." That day, Bunty realized that kindness still existed in the world. With the support of his professor and a few kind-hearted people, he managed to pay the hospital bills and continue his education. Chapter 4: The Turning Point. Bunty's dedication and resilience soon paid off. He topped his class and won a scholarship for higher education. His achievements were recognized, and soon, more people came forward to support him. He started a small initiative to help underprivileged students with their studies. "If I can struggle and succeed, so can others," he thought. He started giving free tuition to children from poor families, ensuring that they too had a chance to dream big. One day, a local journalist heard about Bunty's story and featured him in an article titled "The Boy Who Refused to Give Up." The story touched many hearts, and Bunty was invited to speak at various educational programs. Chapter 5: Fulfilling the Dream. Years later, Bunty completed his education and became a social worker. He founded an organization dedicated to providing free education and health care to poor families. He never forgot his roots and continued to serve the people, just as he had promised himself. One evening, as he sat with his mother and siblings, he looked around at their now comfortable home. His father, though weak, was smiling with pride. "You did it, Beta," his father said with tears in his eyes. Bunty smiled. "No, Baba. We did it together." And so, the boy from a simple family who once struggled to study under a kerosene lamp became a beacon of hope for many. Conclusion: the power of determination. Bunty's story is a reminder that no matter how tough life gets, perseverance and kindness can change everything. Dreams do come true not just for those who wish for them, but for those who work tirelessly to make them a reality.